hide away? Yeah, very much is there hiding. And just to let you know, folks, I think Richard failed to mention that tonight fantastic show is kindly sponsored by Mercedes. Right, okay, and I'd like to take the opportunity to read a handful of very short poems. But before I start the reading, I'd like to say that I think I'm finally in love with myself. And I even went down on one knee and proposed, but of course I said no. And I suppose I'm one of those guys who likes to play hard to get. And good, but the really good news, inappropriate. If you have to laugh that loud, you go outside, okay? And the very good news, if you allow me to blow my own trumpet, is that last Friday I finally finished my very first novel. It took me 12 very long years. It's called Where Is My Pen? And its unique selling point is that the book was put together using only edible, banana flavour, recycled paper, which means that when you finish the novel, you can eat the book and, you know, kind of Nishimaka type of thing. So, moving on quickly, I'd like to share a very a handful of very short poems from a collection, an old collection of mine called Random. Short poems, nothing particular, just quite short. The first poem is very close to my heart. I wrote it a couple of years ago. I remember it was end of 2009, beginning of 2010. It was January. I was experiencing a moment of great angst, and I was in my room. It was raining, it was cold, it was wet and rather windy. I was having a tea with double chocolate cookies, which kind of, yeah. And it's called Anger. The second poem is going to be a little bit longer than the previous one, and it's called Fuck. Fuck, I'm skint. Fuck, I'm old. Fuck, I'm bald and cold. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Thank you. And next one on is called In the Bath. Me and you, relaxing together in a scented cocoon of fragrant hot waters, both bodies entwined in a waltz of bubble bath, gently teased, gently caressed, by the crisp sound of your underwater farts. Thank you. And moving quickly on, the fourth poem, actually third poem, I'm afraid it's an unfinished poem. It's called Unfinished Poem. The other day, I was gang raped by a group of vicious mimasses. The things they did to me are unspeakable, and thank you. And now to all of the beautiful women here tonight, I'd like to dedicate, in fact, this poem is to you, beautiful creatures, with your partners, some of you alone at the back, thinking, cute, in my head. By the way, I was getting ready for the gig, right? I was at the back in the green room, I was getting changed, and I couldn't help to notice it. One of my nipples is a different colour than the other three. Do you think it's normal? And so, this is a poem for you, beautiful creatures, women, all of you, young girls. It's called I Hate Women. I hate women, and do you know why? They changed. These days, they're hard to please and even harder to impress. You wine and dine them, you take them back to your pad, and then you get the Xbox out. You then patiently show them all the best tricks and all the best cheats you know. And what do? They stare at you as if you are some kind of cretin. Thank you. Moving on quickly. Actually, I'd rather you not to laugh, because I think sound of laughter spoils the rhythm of my words and thoughts and ideas. It's called Narcolepsy. It's very theatrical. The hands of darkness, tenderly caressing the edges of my... Thank you. And now something a little bit more intense, a little bit close to the bone. It's actually a romantic composition. It's called Summer. I might probably use the microphone. Us, outside on the grass, our faces swayed in a coil fire of the sun, whilst your beautiful freckled cheeks played hide and seek between the voluptuous fingers of a balmy mid-summer breeze. You, next to me, moving slowly towards me, then slowly tickling my balls and stuff. And that was just to break the boredom and the tediousness of the reading. And next one on is again one of my all-time favourite films. It's called All I Have Left. The scent of your skin and your sweet juvenile smiles is all I have left of you here in my heart. Everything else, such as hands and feet, are safely kept inside the freezer in a plastic bag. Now I'd like to close this section with something rather new. It's called Where Are... Fuck! Shh! It's called Where Are the Bowels? 6 minutes, I've got 4 minutes. Now I'd like to, folks, honestly, I'd like to gently and softly fuck you in the ear with something different. And I actually do write haiku poems, which is, for those of you Kensal Greenians or Kensal Risers who are not familiar with the haiku poem, it's a three-line poem that expresses a philosophical idea in a quite dramatic fashion, if you like to kind of call it. The first one is called Haiku Tom. Haiku Tom mani manini boroyo toshi akurata, which translates to mean, blimey, this shepherd's pie tastes like shit. Thank you. And next one on. Japanese can make shepherd's pie. Hi po oto waba mum, but they can make a mean pena ragu. And next one on quickly. Harishi ni shimo tufu tashu akaraya. The steep hill is dazzling sight to the eyes of a well. Sorry. Again, this is quite close to the bone. I have to do it again. Hari hari ni shi shamatufu tash akaraya, which means the steep hill is dazzling sight to the eyes of a wheelchair user. Thank you. So I'm dyslexic, so you have to bear with me a moment. Hodo no ki namaru akana. My landladies are sagging tits, turn me on. Thank you. It's cold, winds are sweeping across town, and the northern line is down. Bollocks. Next one. Siki kudasa wata wa wansui wansinsi akono ripaye. No singing, no dancing, no swearing. This is a respectable drug den. Thank you. And then moving on very quickly. I mean, probably Richard will go apeshit because I'm actually not supposed to be doing this. I'm supposed to be entertaining crowds like you. Some of you are actually staring at me with rather vacant eyes, wondering what the fuck is going on. So, but actually, sorry for that, Richard. I like to plug my own business. Inappropriate, me bad. Which I also have a few books in my rucksack over there. What I do, I write many type of things, and like for example, these kind of fairly new collection inspired by true event, as I believe that even the people that we don't like sometimes die. And so what I have here, it's a handful of bereavement verses that some of them obviously still up for sale. Just a few examples I'd like to share with the group tonight. Thank you. First one is just a few examples, right? I can rewrite it. I can cater for your needs should you wish later. Life sometimes brings tears, angst, and despair, but your death, my boy, has brought us mirth and joy. Wishing we could. See, it kind of distracts me. Keep it quiet. Keep it quiet. Keep it quiet inside. could be by your side to tell you once again what a tosser you are. Thank you. Something that I sold very recently, see if I can find it. Oh yeah, is gone, is dead, killed by a car. Hurrah! Another one, gone from our sight, but never from our memories, unfortunately. The one that I actually recently sold is this. Actually, I sold it to a very good friend of mine. My darling, may your guts rot in hell. I hate you so much. Paul and the kids. Again, I'll be at the back, so if you... I wish I knew what to say, but I don't. I wish I could tell you how I feel, but I can't. So instead, I will have your wife. Thank you. But the real, true reason why I'm here is that I actually I have a new website which is called. Okay, a little preamble. I believe that in this life, sometime you ought to go. I mean, if you really have to go, you ought to go in style. And I think the people next to you, family and friends, ought to have a reason, somehow, a written reason, something, a flavour, something, a word, or just a few lines, just kind of let them know why you did what you did. So I also write suicide notes. Feel free to check my website address, which is Paolo Ferrari suicidenotes.co.uk. Again, a few samples, but this time I worked differently. I divided these short suicide notes accordingly to their psychology, or better still, to the psychology that they will inevitably able to convey to you, to the reader. The first one is called Cryptic. I know you know I know. That back then I knew things you didn't know I knew, as I always knew. There were things, many nasty things you didn't know I knew, and because of that, I have killed myself. And then I have the one that I called Honest. No more I will go to work. No more I will pay the bills. No more I will have to eat the leftover food cooked the day before. You fucking whore. Thank you. And then the poetic, for those of you with a much kind of blue spirit. To be or not to be, look outside. I have rammed the scooter into a tree. You should find my dead body nearby. Thank you. And then I've got to go, so I have to read only one. And yeah, I have to go. Please don't stop me. It's a seasonal one, obviously not appropriate for this time of the year, but it will be appropriate in a few months, and it's called Seasonal. Last Christmas I gave you my heart, but the very next day you gave it away. This year, to save me from pain, I have hanged myself. P.S. Don't go in the kitchen, thank you.